New tonight on Our News, live at 7, a National Insurance Board annual report shows over $200 million in unemployment payouts amid COVID-19 crisis. But first, remembering Don Saunders. Political leaders unite to honor the slain former MP as a stalwart defender of justice. And swam for my dad. Don Saunders Jr. competes in Carifta open water race amid tragedy. See how he honored his father's memory with an emotional finish. Then in Our News at 7:30, the bond between Don Saunders and his twin brother comes into focus as he remembers him as a man of service. Our News live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candino Knowles. A week to the day, former Tall Pines MP Don Saunders was tragically slain during an armed robbery that turned deadly. His son, Don Jr., competed in the Carifta open water race held this morning on Goodman's Bay. After an emotional finish, he told Sasha Lightbourne he knows his dad is proud of him.
In what could only be perceived as an act of courage, Don Saunders Jr. says he decided to compete during the Carifta open water competition because his father would have wanted him to. He was the second Bahamian to cross the finish line behind Malcolm Menzies.
I swam for my dad, so I know he's proud of me. Just wanted to make him proud. I know he would have been out there on a boat cheering me on. He wanted to get a flag, put it on the boat for me, but I hope I made him proud.
Former Tall Pines MP Don Saunders Sr. was killed last Wednesday just after 9 p.m. at a club in Gambier Village. Police revealed yesterday that they have 3 people in custody and have gathered lots of CCTV footage from the area, which is assisting them with their investigations. Despite that, Don Jr. says swimming is his peace, and his teammates all rallied behind him.
Although a tragic accident happened, it still keeps me calm. I like to swim. It helps me to clear my head from thinking and wondering thoughts. I want to say I never experienced such a supportive team. I know I had a supportive team, but now I know for sure, and they really helped me 100% through this process.
He also spoke about the race itself. He placed 8th in a time of 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 53 seconds.
It was great. I paced with a guy from Cayman. I know I could hold the pace, so I just decided to swim with him the rest of the way. Just strategize.
Don's mom says the decision was all his to continue to compete.
I'm extremely proud of him. He exuded much courage.
Now, the family has already spoken preliminarily to Our News about funeral preparations. They are underway, and it is expected that Saunders' funeral will be held next week, Friday. Reporting for Our News, I'm Sasha Lightbourne.
Sasha, meanwhile, parliamentarians from both sides of the political divide paid tribute to Don Saunders, revered as an astute public servant and guardian of the law. The former MP served for the Free National Movement from 2017 to 2021 as Member of Parliament for Tall Pines. Prime Minister Philip Davis was among those paying tribute.
As we remember Don, let us not shy away from the depth of our grief, for it speaks to the depth of the bond we shared with him. He was one of our own, a friend who laughed with us, debated alongside us, and dreamed with us.
Saunders was gunned down outside a club in Gambier Village last Wednesday, leaving behind his wife Tiffany and 2 children. Police have 3 people in custody assisting with the investigation. His fellow Free National Movement members also sharing these kind words in the House of Assembly about their fallen colleague.
Don was a humble soul. There wasn't anyone that he didn't believe he could learn at least one lesson from. He had a servant heart.
The National Insurance Board's annual report for 2020 revealing millions of dollars dished out for unemployment benefits as the country grappled with the global health crisis, COVID-19. Bethany McDermott tells us NIB had to pay out over $100 million in unemployment alone, while contributions saw a more than $60 million decline.
NIB's annual report for 2020, named Tenacity and Endurance in the Time of COVID-19, reveals a hefty payout in unemployment benefits. Of course, this came during a time when the world was locked down due to the global pandemic. NIB's report reveals a $108 million payout in unemployment benefits for the year 2020 to over 44,000 Bahamians. It's a more than $91 million jump compared to 2019, which saw $16.3 million paid out. For those impacted by both disasters who exhausted their unemployment benefits, the government-funded Unemployment Assistance Program, the Unemployment Extension Program, and the Hurricane Dorian Extension Programs were able to assist. The report shows $15.6 million was dished out to over 7,000 Bahamians through the government-funded UEA, $91.5 million to 33,000 people through the Extension Program, and $4.7 million to 2,448 Bahamians through the Dorian Extension Program. In 2020, both government-funded COVID-19 programs spent $107.1 million to support the unemployed. Add the Dorian extension benefits, and that brings the figure to $111.8 million. Moreover, the economy's sharp contraction greatly impacted contributions income and benefit expenditure. As a result, benefits expenditure exceeded contributions income, contributions declined due to global lockdowns, benefit expenditure increased as a result of the increase in unemployment benefits due to mass layoffs, which caused the large gap between contribution and benefits, and the deficit for the year grew significantly. A closer look into contribution shows a $61.1 million decline. The report points to the COVID-19 imposed lockdowns as the cause. Meanwhile, benefits and assistance expenditures increased by $94.3 million, or 30.3%. The millions in funds dished out by NIB in 2020 came as the fund was already in a damaged state and no doubt only made it worse. The release of this report comes 3 months ahead of a 1.5% increase to NIB contributions in hopes of saving the depleted fund. Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
All right, thanks for that, Berthany. Meanwhile, the Bahamas National Statistical Institute releasing its preliminary GDP estimates for 2023. According to the Ministry of Finance, the estimates were very encouraging, with nominal GDP increasing by more than 9% and real GDP increasing by nearly 3%. Gross domestic product. It's an important tool for economists to judge how well or badly an economy is doing. It also lets government work out how much it can afford to tax and spend, and helps businesses decide whether to expand or hire more people. As for what's driving the current economic growth, the report said strong tourism and construction activity supported by foreign direct investment and improved domestic economy. We've got the full breakdown available for you now at ournews.bs. We've got much more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Kenyon, and a happy evening, everybody. A very warm day again. Once temperatures got up into the 80s, and we are still at 80. 81 degrees is our current temperature outside. Breezy and warm. Your winds are out of the south-southwest at 15 miles per hour. It feels like temperature is at 80 degrees. Temperatures around the islands right now, it's 82 in Freeport, 79 in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, also in Alistown, Bimini. We pick up 80 in Great Harbor Key. Nicholas San Andros, 82. Over in Governor's Harbor, you guys are 77. Central Bahamas, 82. Kemps Bay, 79 in Georgetown. We pick up a pair of 78s, Arthurstown, Cat Island, Coburn Town, San Salvador. Over in Deadman's Key, 80, and into the southeast Bahamas, temperatures near the 80-degree mark there as well. 81 in Duncantown, Ragged Island, and Abrahams Bay, also in Matthewtown, Inagua. Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, Acklands, you are 80, and Providenciales, Turks and Caicos Islands are good friends to the southeast. You guys are 79 at this hour. Satellite radar composite showing quiet conditions across our area. Some high-level clouds or high-level moisture moving across our area, courtesy of a frontal boundary. A lot of that is thunderstorms and some upper-level disturbance moving through. Front is now moving through central Florida. It is falling apart as it continues to push towards the south. We expect that front to get into the northwest Bahamas late tonight, so we should see some isolated showers, possibly even an isolated thunderstorm once that front goes through. Breezy conditions will be experienced ahead of and just behind that front. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us to look at the extended forecast as to the come.
Thanks, Greg. And still to come on Our News, as the crisis in Haiti remains unabated, a Bahamian diplomat who returned home amid the escalating crisis shares the challenges faced during evacuation. Plus, Residents express concern as public health clinics reportedly deny service to maskless visitors. The health minister responds when Our News returns.
We exposed 5 strangers to different KFC
transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
A top diplomat who is stationed in Haiti is back home after being stuck in the country due to the worsening situation there. Our Joshua Williams caught up with Chargé d'Affaires at the Bahamian Embassy in Haiti, Captain Godfrey Roll, about his recent return.
Chargé d'Affaires Captain Godfrey Roll and his security detail were the last diplomatic staff to be evacuated from Haiti. Just a few weeks ago, I spoke to Captain Roll in a telephone interview as conditions in Haiti worsened. According to the United Nations, tens of thousands of people have fled the Haitian capital, Port-au-Prince, to escape a surge in gang violence over the past weeks. Haiti's Prime Minister Ariel Henry quit last month, and the unrest has shown no sign of slowing down. Captain Roll says although he has returned from Haiti, he's still committed to work on the ground.
It's always good to be back home. It's always good to be back home, but I'm a retired defense force officer. I'm used to being sent and going, but home is always good when you're able to get back home.
But the journey home did not come without its challenges. The widespread gang violence, forcing the nation's national airport to shut down, complicated their exit.
We were in the process for over 2 weeks of trying to find a way out. Eventually, it was agreed that we take a helicopter from Port-au-Prince into the Dominican Republic, and then from there back home. It was a tedious process.
And with Captain Roll and his delegation all safely home, he says the work must continue.
We have a local staff still at the embassy. We have security at the embassy. Whatever needs to be done, we have contacts with the staff at the embassy and the security. And so if there's anything that we need to do, we communicate that.
But will embassy staff return to Haiti?
They become accustomed now to what is going on in Haiti. You stay in when you understand the things, but not be safe. You go out when you understand that the streets are calm. So I think to a man, I would say to all of the staff who work with me, don't have a problem returning.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks for that, Josh. While the mandate that required the wearing of a mask in public spaces was relaxed back in October of 2022, the mandatory use of masks in healthcare facilities remains. Since then, many healthcare facilities have offered masks at the door for those who have forgotten to bring their own. Some residents are now claiming, though, that public health clinics have been turning those who fail to bring their own masks away recently, refusing them service. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville had this to say outside of Parliament this morning when asked about the issue.
As far as I know, we have masks at the clinics. I will have to substantiate that, but we have a mask mandate at all healthcare facilities, both private and public. The reason why that's important is because we noticed that there was an uptake of respiratory illnesses, and we want to make sure that our clinics and our hospitals are protected, both for patients and staff.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as Haiti's surge in gang violence has reportedly led more than 53,000 to flee the country. Plus, Down Detector reports WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook experience partial service restoration as some users still encounter issues worldwide. And the April Fool's joke leading to a lawsuit by Afrobeat star Davido. When our news returns.
Information for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. In under 3 weeks, over 53,000 Haitians have fled the violence-plagued capital Port-au-Prince, with most escaping gang warfare, says a recent UN report. Over 60% seek refuge in Haiti's rural south, straining resources, warning a UN spokesperson Stephanie Dujarric. Already the south shelters 116,000 fleeing prior turmoil. Gangs unleashing chaos since February caused over 1,500 deaths and 17,000 homeless. As of 2:46 this afternoon, users are experiencing intermittent service on WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook, albeit with some glitches. WhatsApp remains down in Egypt and Romania with reports of delayed messages in New York and Bolivia. Instagram users encounter couldn't refresh feed errors, while some faced upload limitations. Globally, Meta-owned apps are facing issues evident in thousands of problem reports on Down Detector. The website clarifies that it only flags incidents with significantly increased reports. Nigerian music sensation Davido is taking legal action after an April Fool's joke about his arrest in Kenya for cocaine possession went awry. The 31-year-old, fresh from an East African tour, denounced the false report as extremely irresponsible, asserting his claimed record globally. The hoax, initially aired by Kenya's K24 TV, sparked a social media frenzy, prompting a deluge of calls to Davido. Kenya's Directorate of Criminal Investigations intervened, labeling the news as fake news. Despite completing his concert in Uganda and Kenya, Davido expressed disdain for such fabricated allegations and vowed legal recourse against the media outlets involved. While K24 TV is yet to respond, some Kenyans hope for an amicable resolution to the incident. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was April 3rd. Then in our news at 7:30, family still mourning Don Saunders Sr. a week after he was gunned down. His twin brother remembering him as a God-fearing man and a great father. Plus, the Shantytown Task Force issues notices for over 200 structures in Eleuthera with plans for further demolitions in New Providence. We've got an update from the Works Minister when our news returns.
Information for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Welcome back to our news. It's time now to turn our spotlight on events that shaped the day that was April 3rd. Take a look.
On this day in Bahamian history, in 1968, Sebastian Philip Birk was born in Freeport, Grand Bahama, also known by his stage name Sebastian Bach. Bach, a singer, songwriter, and musician of Norwegian descent, was the lead vocalist for the rock group Skid Row from 1987 to 1996. Since then, he has mostly been a solo artist, actor, and a stage performer. He moved to Canada at a young age and began performing as a guitarist for the group Wicked Kid before becoming the frontman for Skid Row. Fast forward to 2012. Then North Andros Island Administrator Huntley Christie ordered the names of 5 challenged voters be struck from the register after determining they were illegally registered. At the wrap-up of a voter fraud hearing on that island, he also ruled that no criminal action be brought against those voters. 2019 saw the tabling of the Auditor General's report on the National Sports Authority. It detailed the financial practices of the authority between July 2011 and December 17th. Auditor General Terence Bastian found several instances where people were hired by the NSA without board approval, and in one instance where an employee's salary exceeded the midpoint range of $50,000, among other things. Then in 2020, then Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis ordered a complete shutdown of all services that weekend with very limited exemptions. The order took effect at 8 p.m. and expired the following Monday at 5 a.m. This as the number of people and cars still traveling the streets during the lockdown and said orders handed down weren't being taken seriously enough with a surge and community spread. And finally, in 2021, was the Showman E-Bistro Ultimate Chef competition featuring media professionals.
Second place. Bobby Boy, sleep. Bobby. Give it up for Bobby. The Vaccinator. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it.
While he believed his team deserved first place, Jerome was happy to take second because ultimately he said today had a greater meaning.
It shows that we are beginning to come back. The fact that we can be outside, we can do this.
Connecting students with future opportunities, the Bahamas Technical Vocational Institute hosting its annual career fair this past week, allowing hundreds of students to network with potential future employers. Dean of Student Affairs Raquel Bethel telling us she was pleased with the turnout by students and corporate partners.
These partners help us throughout the year, from internship placement as well as job placement. So this is an opportunity for students to interact and connect with them face to face.
And one of those corporate partners was Our News. Senior Digital Content Manager Ricky Barry and Technical Director Terrence Colberg say it was a pleasure to share more about the news gathering industry as numerous students visited the booth, expressing their interest in the best in the business.
And everybody has their resumes set, and we've seen some great potential with the candidates that have come. We've seen people come for social and digital media, which I'm specifically excited for. We've seen some people with technical backgrounds, with writing backgrounds, and that's something that Our News can cover on every end.
At BTVI is awesome because there's a lot of persons that's just getting into the industry, so it's good to actually have, be a place where they can come and realize that they could pursue something a little more, a little deeper in their career path. So I'm happy that we have a few available positions here in the technical aspect. We took a lot of emails, a lot of interest, so it goes to show the interest level in the media field.
These students say they appreciate that the career fair allows them direct access to companies that they could one day be a part of.
It's a great opportunity for young individuals as myself, because it's kind of hard being able to find jobs, and especially in regards to most people prefer you having experience, and I feel like being here, they see that our grades are good and that we would have done well in an internship, that they would actually take a chance on some young people.
The opportunities, they're really good. I personally found a few that I liked, so hopefully all goes well.
Very informative. So far I've been to Breeze's booth, I've been to Atlanta's booth, and I've been to Bahamas booth, and they all give very good information. I want to get into the engineering field, so I'm taking up engineering, applying for engineering and applying for electrical installation positions.
All right, thanks so much. That report there from our Megan Shepard. And if you're interested in joining the best of news, be sure and head over to ournews.bs, where you can find that and all of today's top stories. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. Joining us now is Italia Hall with the latest headlines. Italia?
Yes, Ken, it was great to see our colleagues show out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, seeing TC in there, he's usually at master control, pressing all the buttons, making sure that we get to air every night. So it's good to see him in front of the camera.
For sure. Thanks so much, Ken. Well, a family still mourning Don Saunders Sr. a week after he was gunned down. Plus, the Shantytown Task Force issues notices for over 200 structures in Eleuthera. Here are your latest headlines.
First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, remembering his legacy. Tonight we speak with the twin brother of former Tall Pines Member of Parliament Don Saunders. Plus, the stomach flu is on the rise across the country. The Health and Wellness Minister speaks. Also, notices served to over 200 structures in Eleuthera by the Shantytown Task Force as demolition will soon begin. And later, we introduce you to the men and women that protect our Bahamian waters. Our Joshua Williams has the exclusive story when Our News Live at 7:30 returns.
At the gateway to the Americas, on the picturesque island of Grand Bahama, a pioneering initiative is taking shape. Lucaya Solar Power Limited presents the $15 million Lucaya Solar Power Project, the first of its kind in the Bahamas' energy landscape. The state-of-the-art solar farm on the Fairfield and Devon sites spans just over 30 acres, and once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate over 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. The Lucaya Solar Project is a pivotal step towards diversifying the country's energy sources and significantly reducing dependency on fossil fuels. It's more than just a project. It's a commitment to a greener, more sustainable future. Lucaya Solar Power Limited, powered by INTI, powering your world, powering your future.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task, unplugging appliances not in use. That's energy conservation. Replacing an old refrigerator, washing machine with a new model, adding insulation to the attic and walls of a home. That's energy efficiency. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Welcome to Our News. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. Former Tall Pines Member of Parliament Don Saunders is being remembered by one of the men who knew him best. His twin brother, Dion Saunders, is speaking out about his brother's shocking death a week after he was gunned down. He spoke with our Sasha Lightborn.
My brother was a man of service. He believed in this country. He believed in he was a God-fearing man as well. This country lost a great man, a great Bahamian, a great father.
That was Donald Saunders Sr.'s twin brother, Dion Saunders, who spoke with me on the sidelines of the Carifta Open Water 5K competition. Don Saunders' son, Don Jr., competed in the race and was the second Bahamian to cross the finish line. His father was tragically killed last Wednesday at a club in Gambare Village.
It's just a tragic moment for the whole family. But Don was definitely a special person. Super special person. I joke about this, but politics was his passion. I remember growing up as kids, he would look at the prime minister and say, "I'm going to be the prime minister one day. I'm going to be an MP one day. I'm going to be a lawyer one day." And a lot of the things that he said, actually was going in place.
And Dion, who serves in law enforcement in the United States, says he's pleased with the Royal Bahamas Police Force's detective work so far.
I'm very impressed by the Royal Bahamas Police Department, police force, Royal Bahamas Police Force, with the work that they did in the amount of time that they actually did it. I'm in law enforcement as well, and my department, Miami, we were on the way here as well to assist. And before that even came through, the Royal Bahamas police force just did their thing.
He says this is how he wants his twin to be remembered.
His inspiration was never to be rich. He just wanted to serve, he was just a special person.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Sasha Lightbourne.
All right, thanks so much for that, Sasha. Well, in the United States, norovirus, also called the stomach flu, is a seasonal virus and has been seen at the highest level since April of last year. According to the Center for Disease Control, the virus annually causes about 20 million cases of vomiting and diarrhea, almost 500,000 emergency room visits, and over 100,000 hospitalizations in the United States. There have also been cases of the stomach flu in the Bahamas. Outside of Parliament this morning, Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville says the stomach bug has been packing an extra punch this year.
Well, we are aware that there is an upper respiratory tract infection that's going around, and we saw an uptake. Our surveillance unit is monitoring the situation, and as you were aware, the athletes during the swim meet, there was the circumstances. We brought it under control, but I believe now we're beginning to see a downtrend. But there was a stomach bug that resulted in upper respiratory tract infections as well as vomiting and diarrhea.
Notices have been served to over 200 structures in Eleuthera by the Shantytown Task Force, as the team also plans to continue demolitions throughout New Providence. Officially called the Unregulated Communities Action Task Force, they began demolishing communities last November, starting with the Cool Acres community. While this morning, Works and Family Island Affairs Minister Clay Sweeting gave this update outside Parliament.
We've already served notices to over 200 structures in Eleuthera, inclusive of Russell Island, area called Blackwood, Palmetto Point, and some areas in South Eleuthera. So once we finish those, then we'll do an assessment whether we'll come back to New Providence or we'll deal with another island such as Andros, which would be the next family island I anticipate that we deal with.
The Works Minister also offered updates on unregulated community demolitions in New Providence.
The All Saints Way wasn't a discovery. We were aware of it. It's 3 parts to the All Saints Way. We dealt with one section. The other 2 sections were more difficult to get to because of the road and all of that. So we dealt with the ones that we can get to during that time. So we are still continuing with the team, the Unregulated Task Force, and we'll continue to move throughout New Providence and deal with all those. We served some notices on some homes by the Wellfield, so we are aware of that area as well.
Well, we've heard a lot about the Royal Bahamas Defense Force beefing up their presence at the southern border, but who are the men and women at sea defending our borders against a possible influx of migrants from Haiti? Our Joshua Williams has that story.
It's always been the Royal Bahamas Defense Force's mission to defend and protect our borders. But as a result of the violence in Haiti, their jobs are more important than ever. I recently got to meet some of them after spending several days aboard the HMBS Bahamas. Like Alexis Brown, an experienced officer who sailed for over 20 years. He's the man in charge of the HMBS Bahamas.
They report to me what's going on, and any information comes from operations to the ship. It's passed to me, and then I decide on the course of action.
This course of action can take ships anywhere, as far as Turks and Caicos to waters off of Cuba, and when called upon, even to areas close to Haiti. With this comes the need for someone who is knowledgeable in navigation. This is where Lieutenant John Delancey, an experienced officer and former diplomat, comes in.
We have a system of where the track is already preloaded in the system. If it's not there, then I will have to build one. But also too, we have to verify our track with charts. Everything that is in the active system as terms of the track, we have to lay it on side there.
This perfect mix of technology and traditional plotting ensures the ship never veers off track. We also witnessed the changing of watch on the bridge by Marines.
At this time, requesting for the able to take over the helm from the able to button up, cross
And while these gentlemen are busy ensuring the ship goes where it needs to, Lieutenant Farquharson takes on the burden of daily administration and operations.
When we talk about anchoring, coming alongside, whatever the case is, I'll do the cornering. We have a gunnery exercise. The gunnery people, they will take the orders from me. The CEO would say, well, what he wants, then I would pass it down.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks so much, Josh. Well, clear skies and extremely hot temperatures on this Wednesday. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is live in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg.
Hot.
Very hot.
Miami set a record. Their record was 93. I don't know if we got up to the 90s, but we did get into the 80s. And we're going to see some warmer temperatures once again tomorrow ahead of a cold front that we're going to show you in a bit. But it is 80 degrees outside our studios right now, breezy and warm. The winds are out of the south at 50 miles per hour. And that's what's bringing in those warmer temperatures. Feels like 80 degrees on the outside as well. Satellite radar composite, quiet across our area. That high pressure is slowly sliding towards the east. That's paving the way for a frontal boundary now moving into central Florida. A lot of showers and thunderstorms associated with that front. This front will continue to side towards the south, but it's going to fall apart. We expect the front to get into the northwest Bahamas late tonight, early on Thursday. A couple isolated showers expected with that, but breezy conditions expected ahead of and just behind the front, so beaching and boating will be a challenge for tomorrow. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us to look at the extended forecast. Still to come.
Still to come in our news, a former policeman is behind bars tonight after he was convicted of smuggling drugs. Plus, issues at the Bahamas telecommunications company remain unresolved. We have an update. Plus, the first quarter of 2024 is complete. But how is the Bahamas economy performing? We speak with an executive at RF Bank and Trust when our news continues.
For better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best.
A former policeman is now an inmate at the Bahamas Department of Corrections. Mario Newbold will spend the next 2.5 years in prison after he was convicted of smuggling 3 kilos of cocaine on a charter flight. On August 2, 2018, officers from the Drug Enforcement Unit searched the plane after it arrived in New Providence from Eleuthera. Police found the drugs in a bag that Newbold brought on the flight. At the time of his arrest, Newbold was a police officer working at the Criminal Investigation Department. Magistrate Samuel McKinney found Newbold guilty of drug possession with intent to supply following a trial. Well, it appears as if things are at a standstill between BTC and the Bahamas Communications and Public Managers Union, as President Henrik Knowles tells us their matter has not been resolved. A few weeks back, both line staff and managers union protested against what they say was the wrongful termination of 2 managers. Knowles says the crux of the matter is BTC's failure to adhere to the industrial agreement that speaks to disciplinary action and terminations.
Company chose not to abide to those terms, but instead use an article out of the Employment Act to justify the action. All we're simply saying is no. The Employment Act does not override and it does not cancel out the provisions in the industrial agreement. So we have lawyers looking at this matter, and we have the Department of Labor looking at it and reviewing this, and we still have some discussions going on.
Both the line staff and managerial union committed to shutting down BTC if the 2 managers who they claim were unlawfully terminated without notice are not reinstated. In a statement, BTC says decisions are made in the best interests of colleagues and the company. Acting Labor Director Howard Thompson has intervened in the matter. As discussions continue, Knowles says depending on how discussions play out, they will write to request a strike vote.
This action by BTC, we have multiple clear violations of this industrial agreement that would afford us the opportunity to write to request approval for a strike vote. So that is an option that we have, and it is an option that that's one of the things that we can pull from.
Well, we're officially done with the first quarter of 2024. Earlier this year, we saw the Bahamas hit record-breaking tourism numbers for 2023 after the country welcomed over 9.65 million visitors. Officials confirming that large figure exceeded the forecasted projections, and it's been labeled as an historic milestone for the country. New Providence attracted the majority of visitors, but Grand Bahama and the other family islands also saw more than 40% of an increase. But the question many have been asking is the country moving in the right direction so far for the year? Well, during our monthly sit-down with Vice President and Head of Group Investment of RF Bank and Trust, David Slatter, he says there are mixed signals because no real data has been released.
U.S. economic growth slowing. You've got some countries, some of the developed economies in the world are actually in recession. Chinese growth slowing. UK possibly in a recession, Germany possibly in a recession. So we do exist in a global economy, so what happens abroad impacts us as well. If overall global GDP growth is expected to slow, then other than some extreme specific event just for the Bahamas, we would follow suit. In the investment world, talk about the mosaic theory, where you get pieces of information and put it together to create a picture. Sometimes that picture is very clear, sometimes it's a little blurry. But one of the things I like to look at is what's going on in shipping. So, reach out to contacts that are in the shipping industry. Are your numbers up or down? Because that's definitely a leading indicator of economic activity. If shipping numbers are up, then that's probably connected with projects and other things, right? It could be businesses stocking up on inventory in anticipation of economic growth. Well, unfortunately, the shipping numbers are down in Q1, so that would be a negative indicator for the outlook for the balance of the year. That said, 70-odd thousand tourists coming in during Easter would be a positive for the economy. So you get these mixed signals. I think what I just said is consistent with this idea of positive growth but slowing growth for 2024 versus 2023.
Coming up in sports, Team Bahamas continues their Carifta Aquatics dominance, and Bahamians show up with the top basketball recruits in America.
Plus, extremely hot weather conditions as we approach the midweek mark. Greg is back with your weather details right after this quick break. Stay with us.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's
This is our news. Welcome back. Conditions in Haiti have worsened in recent months, with gangs seizing control of the streets in fierce opposition to President Ariel Henry, who resigned in early March. CARICOM announced a transitional government to lead the process of electing a new government. And while that country remains in turmoil, one Haitian athlete is racking up medals for his country during competition at the 2024 Carifta Aquatics Championships. Last night, Christian Jerome added to his silver medal by winning a gold in the boys 15 and over 200 meters butterfly, the country's only 2 medals so far.
It means a lot, and I feel really good, and my walls feel good. In my last 50, I just had to take it off really quick. And then at the end when I finished, I thought I came in second because the Bermuda, it said first for the Bermuda guy, so I slammed the water because I was upset. And I get up on the block and see I came in first, and I jump up and slam the water because I was really happy.
All right, great stuff. Well, Team Bahamas completes the 6th Pete in Carifta Aquatics. Here now with Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors, is Ronaldo.
Thanks, Natalia, and welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. It was a celebration from the opening ceremony to the final race at the BKK. Sasha Lightbourne gives us the latest from Carifta Aquatics 2024.
History has been made. Never before has any country won 6 consecutive titles at the Carifta Aquatics Championships. But Team Bahamas did so last night, annihilating the field from day one. Head coach Trevano McPhee.
6 feet is feel good, especially being home. This is our house. We hold it down. But I couldn't do it without these amazing swimmers and amazing coaches on the staff. Coach Cameron, Coach David, Coach Allen, Coach Mansa, everyone stepped up. The crowd was amazing, the vehement support. You heard me 2-3 weeks, every week I encouraging everyone to come out, and they did, man. The support was amazing. We're going for 7 straight. Hopefully, next year we can bring the same energy, and it starts from now.
And the senior captains for the team couldn't be happier. For Ranishka Gibbs and Marvin Johnson, they've swam their final races at the Carifta level.
It feels good knowing that we're going to take home the 6 feet in our home country. My team has trained very hard, and it showed based on their performances, and I'm very proud of them.
Carifta's made me into an athlete that I always wanted to be, and the competition was always been stiff, and to be able to finish it off at home and win a gold medal in front of the crowd is something that I can never dream of and I'll remember forever.
And the meet overall went off without a hitch, according to Bahamas Aquatics Federation President Algernon Cargill.
We've elevated a standard of hosting Carifta to a level we've never seen before.
and any country who comes out to the Bahamas will have a difficult time surpassing what we've done here.
Now, just like last year in Curacao, the Bahamas won with over 1,000 points, beating the Cayman Islands and Trinidad and Tobago. Reporting for Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors, I'm Sasha Lightbourne.
Our Carifta track and field team returned home late last night following their second place finish at the 51st edition of the Games in St. George's, Grenada. With 33 medals, 9 gold, 13 silver, and 11 bronze, the Bahamas finished second for the 5th consecutive meet. Next year's edition of the meet will be hosted in Trinidad and Tobago. A pair of Bahamian hoopers took center stage with the best prospects in America at the McDonald's All-American game. VJ Edgecombe shot 4 for 9 from the field and finished with 9 points and 5 rebounds, while Donovan Freeman made a pair of threes off the bench to finish with 6 points. Edgecombe and Freeman's Team West lost 88-86 to Team East last night at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. Edgecombe is headed to the Big 12 with Baylor, while Freeman is headed to the ACC with Syracuse. They joined Eric Gordon, LaShawn Higgs, and DeAndre Ayton as the only Bahamians to ever be selected as McDonald's All-American. BJ Murray continues his progression in the Chicago Cubs organization and was promoted to AAA to open his 2024 season. Murray was recently called up to the Iowa Cubs of the International League. He spent spring training with the Cubs big leaguers and homered once in Cactus League play. Drafted by the Cubs in 2021, Murray played last season with the Tennessee Smokies, and his postseason run helped lead the team to the Southern League title. In 2022, he also won the Midwest League title with the South Bend Cubs. That'll do it for Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight, warm weather in the capital on this Wednesday evening. Greg is back with your extended weather forecast when our news continues.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide.
Welcome back to our news. Temperatures in the mid-80s for the most part of the day, and hopefully temperatures cool down a bit soon because it's been really, really hot. But Greg is back in the Weather Center live with more. Greg.
Yeah, it's been a little warm. I don't know if we got to the record-setting category today, but I know South Florida did get up to the 90s. That is really hot for this time of the year. But we are going to see some warmer temperatures once again tomorrow, but it's going to be short-lived. There's a front that we're going to be watching coming across central Florida right now. High pressure across us keeping us rather dry, but that high is sliding out towards the east. The front is now across central Florida. Showers and thunderstorms associated with the system will continue to side towards the south. Should get into the northwest Bahamas late tonight, early on Thursday, but the front is expected to weaken as it gets to our area. Windy conditions will be ahead of that front and just behind the front once it pushes into our area, but high pressure is going to build back behind us, and that's going to give us a little bit of a reprieve from this heat that we've been experiencing. Future forecast showing the front now across central Florida, basically falling apart as it reaches South Florida by early tomorrow, and then by tomorrow evening it's basically going to fall apart, and then we'll continue to push towards the south and away from us. High pressure builds across us, winds expected to fall off, so we're looking at some rather nice weather for the balance of the week. Boating, a challenge for tonight through tomorrow. Small craft use caution and advisory posted for the extreme northern islands. Winds are going to be really strong up there. Southwesterly winds at 15 to 20 knots, and they will be gusting at times. They will be closer to 20 to 25 knots across the extreme northern islands. 4 to 7 foot seas, much higher up across the northern islands. Low tide, 9:58 tonight. Your high tide taking place at 4:26 in the morning. Central and southeast Bahamas, pretty nice. The winds will be out of the southeast initially, but be more south to southwest tomorrow as that front gets into the area. 10 to 15 knots, seas running 2 to 4 feet over open waters. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In your extended forecast, we got some weather expected Thursday, but as I mentioned, the front will fall apart. Windy conditions, breezy on Friday. Very nice for the weekend. Some residual moisture hanging around for the early part of next week, but those temperatures, as I mentioned, will take a slight dip. They should be in the upper 70s. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. And with that, we thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.